not ready.
Craig.
Craig.
Gross.
Felix
It's
is
Chad's
from.
favorite person.
Felix is from
Slander.
Chad's game, right?
What?
I don't think so.
Who? Felix? I don't think so. Wait,
He was
an
a bit of
NPC
a-
character?
Yeah, he's one of the new first years in the study group.
Oh,
Him and
okay, I
Jay.
see.
They're dorm mates. That's how they know each other.
Who's your character in Chad's game, Matt?
In Chad's game,
Yeah.
it's Sabin
Yeah.
Emberwood.
No, the other game that we have, the paranormal investigator one. Or the
Oh.
yeah.
I don't even know.
What is his name? It is something like that, though. You're right. What is his fucking name? It's like Linus or some shit.
Something.
Oh no, it's it's like bear. It's like I think it's bear related. I think it's like
Garage Bear.
Garage Bear.
I think coincidentally it was like I don't know. His last name was based on a bear. I'm pretty sure.
Ugh, what the fuck did I call? Oh yeah, there it is.
Can't remember what his name was.
I found it.
Teddy?
There.
Ted? Is it Teddy?
Teddy's his first name, I think.
Yeah, Teddy Kermode.
Yeah, Teddy Kermode. That's his name.
Okay. I don't know why I don't know why I thought Felix and Teddy were the same person.
Seem
I
fine.
mean, Jay is the aged up version, or is the aged up character from Wild Domain.
Yeah, I knew that. That's why I freaked
Little-
out when I saw Jackson.
Yeah, little Jackson Stottle,
Mhm.
all grown up, little young man now.
As soon as I heard the name, I freaked out, and I was like, I know him.
Well, Benny said forever ago, he's like, I think he would go to Strixhaven once he got old enough. I was like, that's fair. I totally can see that.
I'm terrible with names.
Uh,
I can get plots. I can't get names.
I mean, I'm the same way, dude. If I'm not like, I have to like actively be like looking at my notes and happen to be in that section when a name is dropped in order to like get it first time.
I'm like, I can describe you how we met him, what we did, what's the point, what's what the outcome was, all the stupid other shit he had. Could not give you his name.
But, like I'm that way like in real life, to be fair. Like I'm really
Same.
good with names. I'm great with faces and like people, like who they are, but like names.
Well, I'm not great with either, so like I really just don't do well.
That's an uphill battle.
I'm great with being personable and vague until I remember how I know them.
I'm really good at faking like I know how I know someone.
Just
He's like,
comes at
hey,
the
long
end.
time no see, and I'm like, oh my god, I know what's good.
This is crazy how long it's been and that we're meeting right now.
Yeah,
Wow.
and I totally did not expect to see you here. I didn't expect that.
I too just recognized you seconds before you said something. Oh my god.
I almost said something. I'm so glad you said something.
I see so many people, and sometimes they come in and they're just like, oh, hey. And I have to be like, oh, yep, I remember you. You're my favorite until I remember what the fuck we talked about.
Uh,
I was that
And
way at the
then-
cashier.
Yeah. But I usually can remember. So then people are like, oh my God. You're so great. I was like, cool, open a loan then. All right.
All
right, so I need you to do your job now. Can you do that?
Give me your money so I can make money. Anyway. D&D. So I can
Yeah, but-
D&D. Get some music going, by the way. I posted
Oh, yeah.
the playlist, but just get some vibes going. Well, in the house of the inventor. All right,
like you don't want any of that.
the good stuff.
You don't want none of this, Ricky Bobby.
Join up.
A capitalism meme and a wrestling meme. This is crazy, dude. Next level, the onion.
Step
layers
3's
upon
profit,
layers.
bro.
Step
There's
1,
nothing.
meme. Step 2, Step 3, profit.
It's fair. You don't give away all your trade secrets.
Alrighty. So previously, in our last session, we watched as Team Snarl recovered after their successful first strike against the Auric, seeing them clean up the combat area and stow the 3 bodies, 2 bodies dead, 1 body being tied up at the time, stowing them to the bag of holding, followed by them turning invisible right before breaking off from the bridge into the central campus, or into the space in between the central campus and Witherbloom. The party traveling through that sort of arid, open terrain that takes up that, again, space in between the campuses, beginning to follow a stray river that they would follow and take them basically all the way back to Lorehold, where they would choose to basically directly cut through the campus to go straight back to their cave hideout on the outskirts. Arriving back to their hideout, they would delve through some of the various items they'd picked up earlier in the night, finding some gold, treasures, information, and also making sure to double check their Grung captive sort of bindings, making sure that he's well secured, keeping granite on top as well as rope to bind him. Our party sort of fully learning the identities of these 2 other Auric members. One being Relum, the one that Kellum one shot, one killed right off the bat. The
Monster.
captive Grung being Mergaxer. Helen recognizing Relum as a wealthy half-elf noble in the Grove of Eljor. While with a little bit of context clues and thanks to some helpful spells, you would learn that Mergaxer would be the little brother of one Betty Croker. Also learning the name of the tiefling Auric member, Laverith Estem. Our party sort of digesting this information as they pass out gold and items to the various other members, dividing up their spoils among each other. Soon after that, they would begin to lay down for the night, around 4 o'clock in the morning or so. But not long after finding sleep, their captive Mergaxer would awaken, creating a bit of a commotion and starting a light sort of chain of questioning with the party, going back and forth with various questions on very almost minor information, while Mergaxer would seem a bit standoffish, at least until learning about Marius's abilities. Though, even after becoming a little less vulgar with our party, they would all kind of collectively be done with all the questioning with Mergaxer, deciding to end his life and ultimately completing their long rest. The following afternoon, around 1 p.m. or so, after our party would begin to rise, everyone waking and sort of beginning to prepare to head out to the campus, as we would see Brett reach out to Quint to sort of check in. Though, after a few different attempts to reach Quint, even trying to use Marius's abilities with planes calling and a couple different forms of sending, both Marius and Brett would sense something blocking the communication attempts. From there, our party would set out to investigate Quint's dorm on the central campus. Our group heading down from their mountainous hideout to the Lorehold grounds proper. Crossing the space in the middle of the day, there wouldn't be too many students out and about, seeing some people here or there, including some Lavender Knights, but the campus still looking and feeling like a shell of its former self. But after reaching and crossing the central campus, our party would begin to head over to Quint's dorms, where they would see Quint's study group heading in the opposite direction from where our party is going. Almost everyone in that study group having fairly concerned and worried looks on their faces as they would sort of be heading away from Quint's dorm. In a split second, our party would decide to break in half. Gale and Kellen going invisible to pursue the student group, while Brett and Marius, and I believe Ailady, would continue on to the Betwixt student dorms. Our game ending as half of our party would arrive to the first year dorms, heading up to the higher levels where the Betwixt students would stay. They would find Quint's room, again up on that third floor. After a pretty brief entry and a very quick search, they would find Quint's dorm room to be completely empty. Brett only finding Quint's sort of secret space where these small, almost love notes were written and kept, coincidentally for Brett. This happening as the other part of our party would follow close behind Quint's study group, overhearing their worrying concern as they've been unable to find Quint at morning coffee or at his dorm room. The group of seven students marching towards Bow's Inn Tavern to search for him further. Gale and Kellen keeping up in tow, again, thanks to their invisibility, making fairly easy work of it all. Our session today, picking up only moments after our last session ended. Seeing our party split on the central campus, I want to start with maybe getting some vibe checks and sort of touching in with maybe both halves. I think we're going to start with Marius and Brett. So we would see you guys basically beginning to exit Quint's dorm room. Where would be your next stop after, Quint's empty dorm? Would you be looking to reunite with the other party that you know is in tow with the study group? Do you guys have another destination in mind or any other activities you wanted to do while you're here?
Well, I think the most important, like the first matter of business would be through the sending stones to let everyone know like what they've discovered.
Mm-hmm.
Which is that the room is empty, like weirdly so, but it's definitely the place Quint stayed. And just probably ask the other group, like, what are the others saying? Like, I think we heard them say like, oh, he's not in his room, and then that's when we decided to split, right?
I mean, basically, you kind of had like a loose sight of like worry, and I think some of you maybe overheard some like he wasn't there, and it was pretty obvious they were coming from that same building. But I would imagine, at least with the sending stones, our two invisible pair, Gale and Kellen, probably kept you guys updated throughout most of it. Because again, in sort of timey-wimey space, they probably had their like eavesdropping session, probably like as you guys are breaking into the dorm room type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys would have that information in hand. You would know that they're searching for Quint, couldn't find him, heading to Bow's Inn Tavern where they're hoping to find him next.
Yeah, I don't think they're gonna find him at the tavern.
Yeah, from what I remember. Yeah. I remember we got worried when they had said that they didn't see him and passed on the info. And then we're like, stick with him till Bow's End just to see if he's there. And then Marius wanted to go find a spell scroll shop.
Yeah.
Looking for locate creature. Because that
Easy
should work, right? Because I can do Quint with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It definitely would work. You guys beginning to head out. Currently, again on the central campus. You would know that Lorehold would have some of the best, prospects. But go ahead and roll me a D20. See if you get lucky and find something on the central campus, or if you do need to go all the way back to Lorehold.
Wow.
One of us or both of us?
It's up to you guys. As whoever Chad rolled it. Sorry, I didn't see it.
Because we were looking for lucky 7, right? That's the number we wanted, was specifically 7, which means there's a shop right next to them.
There's a spell scroll on the ground in front of me.
Nothing on the central campus. You maybe check into one or two shops along the way, but no locate creatures, but I'm beginning to head over to Lowerhold campus. Anything else? Are both of you heading that way? Just Marius going that direction?
I think Brett would want to do that too. Like trying to get access to some spells that neither of them have is probably their best bet for trying to find Quent right now.
Okay, that makes
I
sense.
guess we would. I mean, Liliana would be informed of the situation, right? Because she has a sending stone.
Yeah, I mean, it would be up to you guys. Again, you can sort of like pick and choose who's in the comms. You guys have like pretty nice sending stones, thankfully.
I do kind of, just with the thought of them having said like what they tried, it felt like it was blocked. Just to be safe, Gail wants to like shoot a message to Liliana, just be like, "Hey, just double checking that this is actually working for you, right? Like we're connecting."
Correct. Yes, I'm perfectly. I mean, I didn't know if you wanted my 2 cents or anything, but
Maybe I just wanted to make sure that like communication in general wasn't being blocked around the school or something.
No. I don't believe so.
Oh man, I'm so scrabbled.
I get it. Well, you two got a little bit of travel in front of you. Again, heading from the central campus back over to Lorehold. While you guys are heading back that way, let's cut over to our pair, Gale and Kellen, as you guys are following behind the study group.
Team invisibility.
Yeah. It's got invisibility, and again, invisibility is probably still up, at least at this point. I don't know, 50, 55 minutes. You guys have not been invisible or even following them for too terribly long.
Oh, we have that much time left?
I mean, you have an hour on invisibility, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you basically just popped it. Like, you guys
True.
Basically just popped it, started following them, heard a little bit of info while following them, and then, like, we basically ended session.
Dang, we got a lot of invisible time.
Yeah, so you guys are pretty good on invisibility. But beginning to follow the study group, watching them approach Bow's Inn Tavern, Gale and Kellen, you would begin to see the handful of students maybe hanging out and milling around the front patio area of the building. There would only be maybe 6 to 7 people out in that, again, like patio front area, that section. Following the study group as they would walk up the front steps of the tavern, you would see them sort of loosely scan those people on the front patio, not seeing anyone that they're looking for, no Quent, as they would push through the sort of double wooden doors into the interior, heading inside. The study group would only take a few steps in before they would all kind of like immediately stop and just sort of do like a group survey with all 7, as they're all scanning around this room. Looking about the place, just on a quick survey, you'd see only maybe 30, maybe 40 students top in the place. The sort of small side stage featuring a performance sort of in the midst of their show. Gale and Kellen, both of you guys give me some perception checks, as that's basically what all of them are doing.
Elodie's with them, right?
Elodie's with you guys.
She's with us.
Yeah. 16
I
flat.
was like,
that's
I
not bad.
honestly didn't remember.
Yeah, that way both groups had somebody who could do invisibility.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Man, Eyes of the Eagle coming in handy.
Solid. So both of you, with a 16 and an 18, looking over the space, you wouldn't happen to see Quent, noting maybe a few faces that maybe look mildly familiar, before your eyes would fall upon one figure that is very familiar. You haven't seen him in quite some time. But you would see Grosh there sitting at one of these sort of side booths, looking at the half-orc sitting alone. Would have a lot of books sort of around him in this vague circle on the table and even on the booth bench next to him. He'd be deep in his studies. You'd see even like an empty plate of like recently eaten food. as well as like 2 tankards sort of flanking the sort of stacks of books. As you're sort of taking in that sight, maybe again seeing just a figure you haven't seen in. I mean, I don't know. Even in your second year, you barely saw Groach. Like, in the
Yeah, he
whole
kind of
place at all.
disappeared after first year.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So you'd see him enamored in his work. And again, as you're sort of taking this all in, your ears would begin to sort of catch up to you. You all sort of entered with the group of 7, making sure the doors didn't catch you. All of them moving and sort of stopping, beginning a survey as the 2 of you begin to do the same. You'd begin to note that there'd be this almost like heavy acoustic bass sound being played. The music accompanying this scene maybe turning over. You can see what looks like these deep, heavy plucks of these thick metal strings on what looks like an entirely all metal lute, with sort of like accompanying lyrics that, I mean, only sound like a cross between maybe like a Kurt Cobain of Nirvana meets like a Corey Taylor of Slipknot sort of vibe. This particular song coming across as like a moody ballad with some like gloomy singing in a very low and almost like growling type key. Sort of double checking that stage, both of you would see a figure that has been described to you and even probably shown in like illusionary forms a couple of times. Seeing one full-blooded orc standing very commandingly on stage with this, again, almost entirely metal lute in hand. As you guys would see, Marius's friend Crud on stage.
Crud.
Shoot him in the shoulder.
Don't you dare.
Customary.
It's only custom.
It's how I greet them. Sort of looking at that again, small stage, noting Crud. You would also pick up on sort of the table closest to the stage. There would be a trio of figures, all matching the identities of Anka, Melda, and Geldan. Seeing all 4 of Marius's old crew here in the Boat's End Tavern. The 2 other orcs at the table, they don't look on edge, but they look almost like they're on duty, just loosely surveying the group that just walked in, looking over the room, probably looking at the show, the performance currently going on. Geldan probably loosely, like not sitting back in his seat, but just sort of sitting up, enjoying a drink, and a little bit of steam seems to be coming out of the cup. You guys picking up on these, again, figures that have been described and shown to you with magic before, but just sort of fully taking them in the flesh.
Just even up the numbers. Time to betray everybody.
This is a cool little group.
Both of you looking back to the study group. As you've been taking in the scene, looking over at these 4 figures at the stage, the study group was also taking in the room for maybe about a minute or so. The group maybe looking from the patrons, maybe loosely back to each other. All of the study group sharing a bit of worry, a little bit of concern in their looks between each other. In this loose minute or so that you've been in here so far, what is Kellen and Gale maybe doing, thinking, planning, or maybe even where they'd be like positioned particularly?
I
Hey,
mean, I know Cal probably saw him too, but like Gale would like nudge his shoulder, be like, "Hey, that's Marius's group."
yeah, you should probably let him know that they're here and that they're safe. If he wants us to reach out to them at all. But for right now, we should probably just like listen into what group is saying. Maybe some leads on what they think might be going on.
I mean, hoping for the best. Maybe somehow Quint is with them. I kind of doubt that though.
I mean, Marius would have known, right?
Yeah, that's why. Just trying to stay positive, okay? And then I reach. Well, I mean, I guess we were using the sending stones for that.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
then I would send out to the others. Be like, hey, Marius, we found your group. Crud and the gang. They're at Bow's End.
Oh, that's right. I was just trying to. I didn't want to really bring him into the fold until we needed them. So I really haven't caught him up to date. How's he doing? Is he crushing it?
I mean, he's putting on a pretty good show.
He's like basically playing like acoustic Black Hole Sun for like a vibe. Black Hole Sun. Oh,
I don't know
That's
if
my
it's what I would have requested, but it's definitely a vibe.
Is Quint there? Have you guys seen him?
Definitely not.
Okay. Well, look, I've told him all about you two. You guys are more than welcome to like reach out to him if you want. Just kind of let him know. Just still lay low. Again, tell you if you want to, if it arises.
Yeah, I'm just gonna at least check with them, see if they possibly have seen
Yeah.
Quint or heard from him.
Actually, that's a good point. I didn't think to check in with them because I asked him to kind of keep an eye out. But since you guys are there, follow that lead. We're trying to find a spell scroll place. I'm hoping we can find something that'll help us locate Quint.
Did you try Lorehold?
I don't remember where to go in this school. Okay.
All right. A little bit of info being passed on. Again, in the sort of timey-wimey space, like Brett and Marius, you maybe just checked like your first shop or two on the central campus, and it's like, fuck, nothing here. Yes, Gale, we're going to the lower hole. And you guys are making your way over that way. But for Kellen and Gale, again, only being in the interior just a little over a minute maybe at this point, the study group may be looking about each other, doing a double survey of the interior before they would immediately turn around and begin to exit the space.
Did we hear where they said they were heading to?
No, they didn't exchange any words. They all just sort of looked kind of grimacingly at each other, and then they all began to just basically make their way out.
Ow.
Probably getting the vibe that whatever conversation they want to have, they would rather not do it, like here at the front door, sort of thing.
Oh shit! Fuck, Gale, they're leaving. You go talk to Crud, and I'm gonna follow these guys.
Okay, we're gonna split while invisible. Okay.
You'll figure it out. I believe in you.
Just instantly runs into somebody.
All right. As the group would begin to leave Bozin Tavern, again, their arriving and even leaving this place is pretty quick. You know, only a couple of minutes really going by before the group of 7 would begin to leave, migrating maybe 60, maybe like 80, 90-ish feet away from the tavern. They would sort of wander to some nearby benches, maybe a sculpted hedge or two, sort of decorating this particular small nook of the central campus. All of them coming to rest in this small area. Again, a fair ways away from any other person, and especially the tavern itself. Mina's face probably looking at everyone with a mixture of worry and a little bit of anger as she would sort of speak to the group. Okay, so for sure wasn't in there. I mean, it's not like the place was like packed or anything. I mean, we would see him if he was there, right? I mean, we would see his red hair and his face. Mayru, this sort of furbolg, chiming in. Well, if he was in there, we clearly would have seen him, Mina. Of that, I think you are correct. Drazimir, the Minotaur, sort of looking a little worried, but also confused, sort of look to the group and ask, hey, I know I'm kind of like the new guy here, but I don't really get what the big deal is exactly. I mean, I know Quint wasn't at the cafe this morning for coffee, and he wasn't at his dorm or Beau's End, but maybe he's just walking around, getting something to eat somewhere else, getting some fresh air. Mina's expression sort of shifting to anger, sort of the worry almost fading away a little as she starts to get a little heated, almost like in a split second, before Felix would step in, sort of in an attempt to calm her down and like mediate before she could really, sort of blow up at Drazi for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
I think what Mina is about to say is that Quint is a very punctual person. If he says he's going to be somewhere at a certain time, he's there. If he can't make it, he'll do just about anything to make sure you know he can't be there and why. At least that's been my experience with him this year so far. Felix looking to Mina for like some confirmation and a bit of like a smile to ease her tension. Mina lets out like a little bit of an exhale, continuing in a much calmer manner. Exactly. Like Felix said, Quint isn't really the type to just show up or to not show up somewhere where he says he's going to be. That's just not like him. But also, there's like other stuff involved that just makes me worried. Okay, I can't really talk about it. I told Quint I wouldn't say anything, but I don't know. I mean, with all the stuff going on the past couple weeks taking place, I don't know. Something just doesn't feel right. I mean, you guys have to feel at least that, right? I mean, am I really going that crazy?
Just really quick, Matt, can I roll an insight check on that?
Give me an insight check.
Scene?
16. What are you trying to insight?
She said that there was some stuff that Quint has said to her that she can't really talk about. He's trying to gauge whether or not Quint knows that Brett fills Quentin on everything that's going on. And so
Quint
he's wondering
definitely
if
told
Quint
Mina.
may have said something to Mina about everything that's going on.
With a 16. Brett, do you think you told everyone about Mina and Brett's first interaction when they first ran back into each other at the start of the year? You think that would have been part of the like info dump that you sort of gave?
Mina and Quent's first interaction?
Yes. I don't know if you recall, but essentially what happened was Mina, when she first saw Quint, kind of like cornered him and was like calling Quint a liar, and that she knows that he remembers and that, Gale and everyone else would never do that and try to kill him. And Quint, in a moment of desperation, was like, I know, like, I people have to think that they did it. I can't go into it, but like they're okay, they're safe, like, and I know the truth, type of thing. And so that sort of like quelled her, basically.
I think with all the other big information that was released when Brett finally came clean about everything, I think that is just something that slipped through the cracks.
Fair enough.
Because we never really talked about the study group.
I think that's fair. In that case, with a 16 insight check, Kellen, Mina definitely knows something. It's hard to really guess what she knows, but she is being earnest. She's being honest, at least. Like, she has some sort of information that is causing her to be like a heightened worried versus everyone else's concern and like curiosity. But Mina is like pretty worried. She's like the driving force of like pulling the study group around. It sort of feels like.
Is
She's
it
more
Order of the
worried,
Phoenix
like we're worried.
in Harry Potter where all the students get together?
Dumbledore's army.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think about Dumbledore's army all the time.
Reveal yourself, Chance. Get some followers.
Well,
I got my boys.
And so I think
You get yours.
at that point, like hearing all of this stuff and with the insight that Kellen gleamed, he would probably like message everybody over the sending stones, be like, "Brett, did Mina does Mina know something about what's going on? She's acting like she might know about some stuff that's going on that she probably shouldn't know about."
Well, Quent did tell me that when they first saw each other again at the beginning of the year, that she was like, she knew that we're like chill, and she didn't believe like the lies going around campus. But like Quent didn't tell her too much. He just told her that like she's right about the fact that we're like innocent.
What did he tell her? She's like freaking out because Quint isn't here. She definitely thinks something's up.
Doesn't anybody keep it secret?
Not even the NPCs.
What did he tell her exactly?
I mean, he basically just told her that Mina's right, that what everyone believes is a lie. Quint knows it and believes it, but everyone has to believe the lie. It's important. And that was like basically it.
Yeah. I mean, he just like covered our asses and was like, yeah, none of that stuff's true, but we can't go around trying to correct that or whatever. But Mina's always been sharp, and like she stayed close with Quent all through this year. I mean, I hesitate to get other people involved, but like at this point, I feel like we need all the help we can get, and like she's appropriately worried. I feel like she would listen to us about how tomorrow's like bad and whatever.
Gail's talking to Crud right now. And do you guys want me to talk to the study group?
Or look over at Marius.
Who's it? Can't see you. Oh wait, no, you guys aren't invisible, are you?
No,
Yeah,
we're
no,
not.
Yeah, we didn't
Yeah,
go. We didn't think we
they're not,
needed
they're
it yet.
And for Gale, thematically, Crud's probably finishing this song and like one more song sort of vibe before he like steps off stage. Unless you wanted to talk to the other party, of course. But Crud himself is a little busy, at least for the next song and a half.
Yeah, I figured he was still kind of performing, so she was thinking about like, I imagine thematically she was looking at the group like, who do I talk to? And then this started happening. She's like overhearing all this on the stone.
So she's like, I'm just gonna stand off to the side, invisible for a minute.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair.
Maybe Gail can ask why Crud and company don't know where Quent is. Were they supposed to keep an eye on him? Kind of looking at Marius.
Let's not get accusatory. Okay. They were still to be subtle. You can't just follow a student around like a pack.
He does have a
One
point
of them
there.
could.
Okay, it was just like, if they're at Buzz End playing and he hangs out at Buzz End, it's kind of safe. And then it was somebody on campus, but also, we could inquire if they've seen him, and we'll go from there.
Well, let's see what Liliana thinks about bringing the study group in on this, right?
I mean, kind of for it. We could use all the friends we could get. But it would be nice if maybe somebody was, I don't know. If you think they'll, yeah, let's ask Juliana, but also I'm in favor of it. If you think it's a good idea, because once you trap your invisibility, you're kind of out there.
I think
Catch
you
the
still
Professor
you
Lady.
have your disguise on as well. So I think in order to be recognized, because you guys rolled so well, you have to basically like rip off your disguise.
Yeah, Gail's not wiping off this makeup.
Tell him who you are.
I mean, you could talk to Mina without
can
having to
tell
like
him.
drop your invis. Like just be like, "Psst,
Surprise, bitch.
Hey.
Surprise,
I'm behind
motherfucker.
you.
Don't freak out.
if you want,
Hey,
I can send
guys.
her a message to let her know."
Hey, that's probably a good idea.
Oh, maybe we'll start with the best. Yeah, let's see how she responds to a message.
To what?
The message. Maybe
The
we should
message?
reach out first. That way Kellen can stay invisible. And if she's cool with it, then, he can go invisible. But, maybe don't tell him Kellen is there so he can gauge the reaction to things just in case. But yeah, you should reach out. Tell him we're looking for Quint. Start there. Keep it high level.
By the way, someone may invisibly try and communicate with you.
That's in message number 2.
Yeah, see.
Is it 25 words for sending?
Yes.
Kellen wants to gauge the reaction just in case. If they know he's there, then they might.
Mina's just like the hugest fan of me already anyway, so...
I love that. I also want to get a snapshot for Gale while Brett is thinking of his message. Anything going through Gale's mind about? I mean, for literal use of the term, your ex like being brought into the fold again, getting to be able to talk to Mina freely again.
Try not to think about that part of things right now. Honestly.
while acoustic Teen Spirit is currently being played and you're like invisible off to the side.
She does like the idea of trying to get the study group involved. Is trying to ignore the detail about her ex coming back into things. And is probably settled because like Anka and them are all like at a table, right? I know you said they're not on stage, but they're not like just waiting off stage, like they're sitting in the crowd.
Yeah. It's like the stage is kind of like small enough to like almost your immediate left when you walk in. And there's like a few circular tables nearby, and they're all just kind of posted up at sort of the nearest one, sort of flanking that small stage. And again, there's not a whole lot of people in the place even to begin with, so they do kind of stand out inherently, just since they're sort of there, kind of surveying the room.
Think she's decided on reaching out to Melda. So I guess she would Well, I mean, you wouldn't see anything because she's invisible, but she'd grab her earring and prepare to send a message.
I like it. I like it. We got 2 messages being prepped here. One from Brett, one from Gail.
Wait, I was busy composing my thing. Are you also messaging Mina?
No. This is for Melda.
Oh, okay.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
was it Melda or Anka? Sorry.
Melda.
It was Melda? Okay.
Is there... Oh, it doesn't actually have a word limit on message. What?
Yeah, it's just like a range limit. It's got to be within the 100 feet or whatever.
Okay.
So you get a little more freedom since you're so close.
Well, yeah, it's a cantrip. I can just keep popping it.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I'll wait till after Brace's message.
Okay, well, I have it ready.
Whenever you're ready, Brett.
Brett's gonna send to Mina. Mina, it's Brett. I think you're right to be worried about Quint, but finding him may be dangerous. Do you want to work together?
Kellen, with your 16 insight check, you would see like Mina almost like go rigid in a moment. She's just like almost like stands still as if from your POV. If you didn't know better, she like had an epiphany or something like that. And it would be pretty quick response that you would hear back in your mind, Brett. I don't know how or why you're looking for Quint, but yes, we can't find him, and we need to find him. Wait, and like the message.
You got one more word after how.
R is the next word.
Wait, how are...
Let's see. Okay, she said she wants to work with us, but she got cut off, so...
And like, as you're hearing that, Kellen, Mina looks at everyone. You just gotta just stay here. I mean, look, just hang out, just for like a minute, just hang out, just breathe. We've been walking around for like almost like an hour or so. Just hang out, right? And the study group sort of looks around, confused at each other.
Like,
Felix, sure, babe. Yes, we can catch our breath, right, everyone? We could all use it. Jay sort of like chiming in. Yeah, sure, totally. We could catch our breath and figure out a game plan. Find Quint, or I heard that there's going to be a silk ball game later today. I don't know if anyone's like wanting to go. Like Felix looks over and Jay just like raises his hands. Cool. Yep. No, it's cool. Yeah. Let's catch our breath.
They're all gonna hang out. I mean, whatever you did definitely made Nina geek out.
Where's she going?
They're all just gonna stay there. Do you want me to approach them? Do you want her to go meet me somewhere separately? What's the game plan?
Does Kellen have message? Or no, just this time?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I really thought more of us had these message earrings.
I just have message.
I think Aility had the other one.
Brett used to have one.
She's a bird right now. She's not like Marius's or Brett's shoulder or something like that.
You said she's walking away from the group. Just like follow her.
Everybody said that they're just gonna stay there. Like, do you want her to walk away from the group, or do you just want me to approach the group? Like,
Oh, I thought she was walking away from me.
did I miss Hua, or yeah, she said
No,
okay.
no, you're right, Chance. You're right. She
Okay.
just sort of like panicked because she was afraid they're all gonna like leave or like go find the next place. But after hearing that, Mina's like, "Let's just stay here. Let's just hang out for a minute. Let's just hang out."
Catch her breath.
Yeah, I guess if they're all hanging out, she seemed like she wanted to help. I guess just reveal yourself to the group. I guess you don't have to completely become invisible. I don't know.
I mean, should I just talk to Mina? Should I just whisper? Should I be creepy?
I vote you just talk to her, and like if it's a problem, I'll just send her another message. But I'm trying to like reserve my magic juice today because I got bad vibes.
Yeah, let's go
That's
ahead and
fair.
You
just
got it. Going in.
I wish I could bardic inspire you from all the way over here.
Through
guys
the
are like-
sending stone.
You're like
Play
on the
loud enough.
bridge, almost at Lorehold.
Mm.
I think that Kellen would just like work his way around and just get to like behind where Mina is, and she was sitting down, right?
Yeah, there were like a couple of like side
Yeah.
benches and a few very large, almost like hedge designs, sort of like carved out in these bushes nearby, and they're all just sort of lingering in like the
Yeah.
shadows here. Again, it's very overcast, just like every other day. Very dark, gloomy clouds like clutter the entirety of the sky. Basically,
So I think that he would like kind of go around the bench, go behind her where she's sitting, kind of get down to her level with an earshot of her, and just really lightly, really quietly, just say, "Hey, like, freak out. We're here, and if you want to help us, we could really use it."
I'm gonna have her roll. I was gonna call it a performance check.
Yeah, or deception.
She turns around and punches the voice.
elbow to the face.
I think taking damage stops the
And-
invis, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Damn!
Oh,
this
Oh
nice.
my god!
Natural 20.
was a cucumber.
Dude.
Mina not breaking her posture or anything, sort of maintaining eye contact in the complete opposite direction she was looking at. You would just see like the faintest little like nod that she would sort of give. It's like a little signal because this was like out loud or like you were whispering it very quietly, sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So you would just see the faintest little like nod of recognition because the study group is kind of in this general area, so she would just give a nod of acknowledgement.
And then Kellen would just say, "Okay, so he would tell her, meet us at this location." He would give him the location of the cave at nightfall.
Probably, I'll say it was with her natural 20 rolling through, able to sort of hide her single question. Alone, or do I bring everyone?
Let me check in. And he would go over the stone. One moment, please.
One moment, please.
Please hold.
Please hold.
Are we getting everybody involved?
I think the more the merrier. I mean, at this point, things are coming down to the wire, man.
That's fair. If she trusts him, we'll just detect magic on him at some point.
Do I just bring them all now, or do we meet at a specific time?
What time of day is it?
We'll say it's like
before
it-
noon,
one.
right?
2.
it's a little bit later. You guys had a little
Oh.
bit of time to move around, so it's like 3 o'clock, getting close to 3 sort of vibe. Maybe like
Yeah.
2:45 is for getting particular.
And
So we didn't
tonight's-
even wake up till 1 p.m. if you remember.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's weeks.
Oh, yeah.
So tonight's the last ritual in the mornings, the unification ceremony.
Mm-hmm. I vote they skip classes, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fuck
Let's
class.
Take them now.
And we were. Yeah, are we taking him to the cave? I'm sorry.
Okay.
No, what's the plan? What's the plan?
Where are we taking them?
Where are we meeting?
Yeah, where are we meeting with everybody? That's
No.
Okay. Why is
This
the
wasn't
cave so
initially a part of
crazy?
the plan, but it's becoming a part of the plan.
Fuck. What time is it?
It's like
It's
getting
like
close
3.
to 3 o'clock.
3.
Getting close to 3.
Oh god.
Like,
Why
if you
don't why don't we put them to use right away, man? Like, why don't we have them like spread out and check all the magical shops for anything useful to find Quent?
Well,
I was about to say we could have someone go check out Lorehold, but you guys are already going to Lorehold to get a fucking spell scroll.
alright, we'll poke around Lorehole. When Crut's done, you could approach them and maybe you guys can start searching, and then Callan can lead the study group. Not that everybody has to necessarily all be one big blob, but you take them to one campus.
Well, so we've already covered. We've
Guns,
covered.
yeah.
So you're covering Lorehold.
One, right? Yeah, I need the map. There's the map. My character sheet's in my
We'll also say,
them
Marius or Brett, roll me just a flat d20 again. See if you're able to find what you need at some of the first stops, or if it's some of the later stops.
I feel like you guys should also, along with finding a scroll, lay eyes on
Dude,
I can't remember the name of the building, but where Tullis's office was.
Oh, the RKO Memorial Hall.
Did we pass that?
Yeah, we passed it last night.
Yeah.
And Aility did
But-
keep an eye on it. She did say that, people were scrambling around like later at night once the
True,
fires.
yeah.
But she didn't pick up on any crazy activity there besides, people being wild, putting out the fires, and then, probably some sort of like investigative, figuring out what happened sort of vibe, and then they closed it all off.
So we've checked Prismari, and we're going to Lorehold.
Correct.
And then we
Yeah.
have some people on the central campus.
I guess, technically I should say, you guys checked the central campus. Because
Yeah,
Quint,
the Betwixt.
Yeah, Quint this year
Hmm.
didn't end up going with Prismari again. He decided to be a Betwixt, which is basically not
Oh, that's
selecting at the
right.
colleges.
Oh my god, the whole time I'm like, that name's so familiar.
Okay, so
Anyway.
you guys have got Lorehold cover. We've already checked Prismari. We've already checked Central Campus. Gale and Crud can check Silver Quill, and then I'll talk to the study group, and we can split the study group up in between Quandrix and Witherbloom.
Well, what if you guys check Quandrix and then we all meet at Witherbloom, because we've already found like
Okay.
that place in the swamp. So I would hate to just,
I was gonna
send
be.
half the study group there.
I was gonna
we
lead
know
the
there's
part of the
Mark.
study group that was going to Witherbloom. If that changes anything for you.
Oh. That does actually. Then yeah, we can split. It's like, I'll march them in there if there's swamp base. But if you know about it, we keep an eye out. But maybe just run first. We can fight as a group.
Guys, like, we're trying to strategize, but we don't even know like the other team's goal. Cause like
That's fair.
why did they take Quent in the first place? Like, if I can't even contact him,
I mean,
like, at all, I don't think he's just gonna be, like, sitting around on
oh, but we
Witherbloom.
I don't think he's just gonna be sitting around on Witherbloom, but like we know that weird shit happens in the swamps on Witherbloom. Been there for that.
Well, maybe you just get the group caught up, the study group, and Gail's still yet to check in with Crud to see what they know. And then once we get a locate creature spell scroll or two, then we can coordinate our search a little more.
Can do that.
See, what the students know after we fill them in, and then see what Crud and them
Okay.
can tell us. And then hopefully find the scrolls. So I guess if the student, see everybody reacts. See what other information we get. In the meantime, keep an eye out, keep
Got
thinking.
it.
That's fair. That's fair. We'll say sort of simultaneously at the same time, 3 different places here on campus. We would see Brett and Marius walking into one of their first magic shops. We would see Gale finally seeing Crud beginning to finish up his performance. Kellen probably preparing to, catch the study group up. Sounds like a fun task. And we'll save that one for last. We'll go to Gale first. As back in Bo's Inn Tavern, again, the maybe 35-ish or so people that occupy the space. The second song that you would hear Crud play would finally come to a close. A very loose, mild clap from the room. Crud giving a very full-hearted bow, a very chauvinistic-looking hold-up of his instrument as he glances about the space. And after soaking it in for a moment, he would begin to walk off stage and step over to that sort of side table that's just, again, sort of flanking the stage. With a bit of like a heavy thud, he just like sits down in the empty chair, like heavy, a little out of breath, pretty sweaty.
She would want to use that applause moment to reach out to Melda. I feel like that'd be a good point when like it wouldn't be that weird for her to suddenly look around if she does end up doing that.
Mm-hmm.
But she just grabs the earring, pointing a finger, and is like, "Hi, Melda. This is Gale. Please try not to freak out or look around too much. You won't be able to see me anyways. Haha. You can reply to this message with a whisper."
I'll give her performance with advantage. She was on guard. She's not proficient with it. Make sure spate, charisma, advantage.
Oh,
Let's take a 6 as Melda, this pretty large, pretty intimidating looking full-blooded orc woman would sort of shift in her seat, sort of like looking around sort of at her general area and at the space during this applause. But as the applause begins to die down, watching as Crud would begin to walk off the stage, Melda would sort of compose herself again. It is a pleasure to finally meet you, Gale. We were wondering when you all would reach out to us. And it's probably as you hear out loud Crud as he sits down. Man, that was a good fucking show, am I right? Am I right? Geldan, you were listening. Did you hear how I hit that bridge in the second part? Geldan sort of looking up. It was fine. Yeah, you heard him. Did you hear that, Anka? It was fine. That's what I thought.
maybe over the earring. Maybe you guys need to take a smoke break. Wink, wink, a nudge, nudge. Meet you out back.
You would see Melda just give the faintest of like little nods before hearing a good idea. We will meet you there. Melda sort of reaching out and knocking on the table, just with like 4 or 5 timely little taps. Crud sort of looking at the taps and looking to Melda. Crud raising an eyebrow. All right, boys, maybe step outside. Let's all get some fresh air, right? Yeah, we've been in here for a little bit. Come on. We'll bring the drinks back in. He like holds up the tankard to the barkeep of the Bow's End and give a little bit of a hand wave as they've been on campus for a little while. They're basically like regular performers here. You would watch the group of 5 begin to make their way out. Did you follow them, Gale?
Yeah, Gail's already, like, after saying that, immediately made a way to get outside.
Easy enough. Following them out as they would walk out the front doors, sort of across that small patio space, down the front steps. A group of 4 beginning to walk around the sort of backside of the building. A little bit of meandering as they sort of hit that back left corner side. I can basically look down the back side of the building and basically down this particular side they walk down. A group of 4 sort of meandering for just a minute. Geldan probably looking curiously at everyone. So, what exactly was the knock for, Melda? I mean, that means get up and go. Something happened? Did you see something? Melda sort of raising up a hand. Give it a minute. Just give me 1 minute. Hello. Yes, we are out back. Just like whispering as if you could, as if you're supposed to be able to hear her.
I think Gail would probably actually giggle at that, so then there's just this invisible giggling from in front of them.
Just like a little bit of like a turnaround from all of them trying to find the source of the giggling.
I'm sorry, that's not how it works. I have to initiate the message first.
Who do we have the pleasure of meeting here?
I'm just gonna, like, minor illusion, like, the bust of my head just for a second to kind of like show them like, hey, hello, hi. Not gonna drop invis though, and then it disappears again.
Oh, Ailey, it is so nice to meet you. Crud, I'm sure you've heard a lot about me from there.
Actually, Gail, the other one.
Oh,
Yes, it's okay.
Right. Gale.
Yeah. So you guys haven't seen Quintilius around, have you? Like today, maybe?
They all sort of look between each other. Geldan sort of like giving a little bit of a giggle. We saw him later last night. Came by for his typical meal.
Last night.
He didn't get much of a opportunity to talk to him much. He was, keeping to himself. Did his usual thing at the bar top and made his way out after his meal. It was kind of stock standard. Why?
Okay. All right. So he's kind of missing. There's like a little kicks at the ground, like invisibly. Gale probably kicking up a bit of dust.
All 4 of them sort of looking at each other. Crud probably piping up first. Oh, missing? What do you mean? Missing, all right? You heard Geldan, all right? We saw him last night. All of us for sure definitely noted him last night.
Yeah, well, the rest of the study group hasn't seen him at all today. And part of our group kind of, we'll say, gained access to his room. And it was basically bare empty. Like stock fresh, except I guess he did have this weird little hidey hole. Some of that stuff that he left in there was there, so I mean, like, it was definitely the right room.
Okay, that's a little crazy. if I'm being honest. Els looks over
Yes.
at Anka and Melda. Anka just gives like a shrug. Melda, maybe he, I don't know. An empty room is strange. Does he have many personal objects that he likes?
Kind of thinking back, I imagine Quintilius is a little knickknacks kind of guy.
Oh yeah, I mean, bare minimum, he has an extensive wardrobe. Like bare
Yeah.
minimum.
He definitely, that closet was full the last time he showed me.
Oh, okay. So it is weird that it was empty. Okay, just making sure. Got it.
Also, like I don't know exactly which of you, if any of you really know much about magic, but we've tried reaching out to him in a couple different ways, kind of like how I reached out to you, but that's a little more local, there are ways you can do it longer. Anyways, uh, they didn't go through. And it's not like he just didn't reply. It was like they were blocked.
I mean, sadly, we don't actually have our resident magic friend here. Sadly.
Yeah, that's Marius, isn't it?
Actually, no, it's not actually. I mean, Marius, don't
Oh.
get me wrong, Marius is great with magic. Guy knows his way around the arcane for sure. But we got other friends, regulars, I guess you could call them, people that kick around with our troop.
Well, I'm not entirely sure how to proceed from here. Maybe I should check in.
We'll say, as you maybe have that thought, we'll cut over to Marius and Brett. Back on the Lorehold campus. Thankfully, the first shop you went into, dealing with the shopkeep fairly quickly. Probably, again, also being reminded that prices on a lot of magic-based stuff at Strixhaven, it's pretty low compared to the rest of the plains. You would find that this first shop, thanks to our high roll that we got from, I believe, Brett, they would have 2 scrolls of locate creature available here. And they would only be listed for 1,100 gold each.
Is there any like scrying scrolls or anything like that?
Marius, give me a flat d20. Since you got the good roll for these, let's see if he has any scrying.
13. To be fair, Brett got the good roll.
13. The shopkeep probably let you know that'd be a hard one to come by. 5th level spell. Scrying's pretty sought after skill. Though he does recommend a shop that he thinks could still have one scrying scroll. So you could check that out after this place if you so choose. But yeah, none here, unfortunately.
Well, let's get at least one. 1,100 gold. Let's see.
1,100 gold.
How much do you have?
I have 100 platinum and 78 gold.
Oh, that's funny. 101 platinum and 78 gold.
Oh, that is funny.
Wait, what scroll did this place have?
Locate creature.
You had 2 locate creature spells. No scrying spells.
I want to give myself guidance. Well, I'll spread. Do we want both of them? I might be able to try and negotiate.
I
Or
mean,
do we want to try and still have some money left over for the scrying? if they have it.
I guess why would we need a second one, right? Like, because either the first one works or it doesn't.
Well, it's only 1,000 feet, so I figured if we both had one, we could like
Oh,
split up,
1,000 feet.
or we could give one to Aelity and
Yeah, that's the thing with located. It's only like 1,000 feet. How
Yeah.
long does it last? Like an hour? Or
an hour, I think. So basically, we would just be like a big radar for an hour, so we could cover more ground. But if we want to do one and try and find this scrying team,
How long? How long of a detour would it be to
go to that
not
second
get
shop.
anything here and just check out the scrying, the potential scrying, whatever?
It's on Lorehold campus, so you could basically leave and come back if you so choose.
Let's hold on this because if we can get a hold of scrying, it'll be more useful.
What is scrying? Oh, you can see in here in particular.
they're both kind of a gamble. It just kind of depends on how you want to gamble. Because scrying, like, yeah, we'll get a visual on him, but it doesn't really give you a good view around, the surroundings.
Yeah.
So it's still kind of like could be anyone's best guess as to where he is exactly, unless someone happens to say where they are around him.
Both be blocked. Maybe on a different plane.
Yeah, even then, message
Pocket
didn't even
dimension.
get through. Like, divination magic in general could be blocked.
Hmm. I mean, I'll just kind of follow Brett's lead on it. So through message, he asked. So if you're like, let's wait, then I'll just give the shopkeeper the old like, hey, thank you so much. We might just check out this scrying scroll real quick, and then just maybe double back.
Yeah, that's what I'm leaning towards because I don't want to spend all our money here and then really want the scrying scroll, or like it's possible we can't afford the scrying scroll no matter what, so it's moot.
It's fair.
True.
Right? Let's head out. Hustle, 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 hustle.
You guys are running across Lorehold.
We can also rob Aelity.
She is a bird
Yeah,
on your shoulder. She has some coin in a
Oh,
worst case
crap.
scenario.
Grab her
it's
by her
like,
bird feet.
you do have other members with money.
Just one.
Oh yeah, that's true. There's more money about.
Yeah, you're gonna have to come and get it, or however, but like, we have money.
Yeah, but yeah, you're not here.
You guys managed to pick up the step a little bit, head into the second shop. Heading in, Marius, give me one more d20 roll.
Oh my god.
One. Unfortunately, the shop does not have a scrying scroll. They would have one locate creature scroll here, though.
What's their price?
Yeah, how much?
1,100 gold. Prices
Dang.
at Strixhaven are fairly fixed across the board, and they're all super low because half the shit is made by students.
I guess that makes sense. Yeah.
Damn, man, I should have made spell scrolls while I was in college.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, you guys had you chose your route to make money.
Blue collar. Such an idiot. Well, do we want one or two? Because we want two. I think we have to pass the other shop on our way out, and it might be easier to negotiate for two. If we're trying to save money, or if we just want to pay for it and go.
I guess we might as well get two. Marius, I'm really worried. I don't like you. Like you and we haven't talked about it, but we're in agreement that the Auric took him, right? So
Yeah. I think, yeah.
Well, why? Like, do you think they know that we killed those people last night?
I mean, it could just be a guess. I mean, the Auric did, obviously they found us once before, and probably after some of the shenanigans that have happened, and like the healing of the snarl, they might have just a good inclination that it was us. I mean, who else? We were a problem when we were here. And, I'm sure they kept an eye on a lot of our friends. And after some of theirs died, they could have just taken them as a precaution.
What, just take him and not try to contact us or anything at all, or leave a ransom? It just like strikes me as fucking weird, man.
I get it. I mean, honestly, I figured they would just keep him with them when they were doing their ceremony in case we tried to show up to stop him, right? Like a hostage. Not saying that's good, but I think they're gonna keep him alive. I think we do have time.
Well, it's just like there's something that's been on my mind, and I just can't help but think that, like, because Quent's connected to the Chaos Weave now, and this Exisnar guy, he talked to you in the Snarl place, the almost Gnarl place, and I'm just thinking about how, like, Boris was in that ring, and then, like, he needed a body, and Quent's connected to the Chaos Weave, and Exisnar needs a body, and now Quent's missing, and I can't help but think they took him to be the Vorse for them, but it's Quent. And if that's true, then maybe we should ask Liliana to do necromancy, whatever, and talk to the people we killed and see if they know. Like, maybe they would know where they would keep him.
Huh. Okay, well, I didn't think about him needing a body, so... I mean, okay. Well, yeah, that's a good idea. Let's have her ask them, or just tell her what we think. I'll just check in, Captain Professor Lady. Brett has a theory that maybe Quint is like gonna be like a host body for Axis Nara, and we were wondering if maybe you could try and check on some of those dead Auric members. Maybe ask them if that's true, and if so, where he might be.
Liliana would get back pretty quick. I can certainly try. Though again, the dead aren't much easier to get secrets out of than the living. Even my abilities have some barrier over their freedom of choice.
That's fair. Maybe start with the elf dude missing some of his face, because I don't think he'll know who killed him.
That's fair.
Pretty instantaneous. Just, maybe.
Can you use Zone of Truth necromancy questions? Is that a thing?
I don't think the dead can lie, can they? They can just, like, not answer?
I mean,
Maybe
basically, they can, like, choose to not answer, or, like,
be vague, but
tell you their perceived truth, whether it is a lie or not. They may not be aware. Yeah.
Was that directed just at Liliana, or was that just across the Sending Stones?
I mean, honestly, in my mind, it was just directly to her.
Okay.
That's a good point.
But Brett would want to update everyone on his theory, though he would ask you, Marius, if, like, Like, do you think I'm being like paranoid and crazy, or like do you think I'm onto something? Because I just got like bad vibes.
Well, I mean, I think we should. So here's the thing. What you're saying makes sense, right? He has some connection. He could be a vessel. I mean, I don't know. I guess if he needed a vessel, it's just like, why not have somebody who's like a willing volunteer that's like a super follower?
But remember, Exosnar was born connected to the Chaos Weave.
That's fair. I mean, a lot of them seem to use it. Do we think Quinn's connection is different than?
Well, yeah, because I thought that like the way they explained how like the Lavender Nights look is more similar to how you and I looked, like when we got like a little corrupted or whatever. But
Yeah.
like Quinn's situation is totally different.
Oh,
His magic changed. His entire look changed. I mean, he's just as
Right.
handsome as ever, but he's like kind of pale. And his hair is a little darker,
okay.
and like his magic's totally different.
You're right. Yeah, maybe just update him. Let's just hope this is coincidence. Yeah, you should tell him for sure.
Also, a random side note: Liliana does not have Speak with Dead. I looked it up
What?
because
Liliana.
she's mechanically a wizard, and that is a bard and cleric spell.
Oh.
Useless.
I know. I was like, does she not get that? And I double checked it. And none of her necromancy stuff gives her Speak with Dead.
Said
Yeah,
you
Yeah,
control
not even
the
like her
shit out of
subclass or whatever.
Does Aelity have
Sure.
it?
That's wild.
But Aelity does have it.
Does Aelity have it?
Aelity
Okay.
does, yeah. Because I was about to say, I knew someone did, but I mean, like I said, Aelity
No,
does.
but
have
how
it,
does she
but
if it's
Liliana
a bard
does
or a
not.
cleric spell? That's interesting.
It's her warlock subclass.
Yeah.
She's a patron of the Raven Queen.
Okay, we could send Aelity back to try and ask
Mhm.
them the questions, and then maybe before we send her, we could see about getting an invisibility scroll. Because that could work for 2 people, right? Or do we need to get 2 scrolls?
I mean, you could get like level 1 or level 2 invisibilities, like 2 basic ones, but there are like upcasted version of spells sometimes, like a level 3 invisibility, level 4 invisibility spell scroll sort of vibe.
Yeah, you would need at least a level 3 to get 2 people invisible.
Okay, so
Because
maybe
it's a base
Aelity.
level 2 spell.
Okay. Oh, it is basic. That makes sense. Okay.
Mhm.
Well, then maybe Aelity will come in with us for some extra coinage, and we'll ask her about those as well. I hope they have
A bird swoops in, turning into a person. I would
Get
like to
outside.
buy your finest invisibility scroll, please.
No reason.
Heading back into that first shop. Again, a brief exchange. You would find those locate creature scrolls, 1,100 each. And then you wanted a level 3 invisibility.
Yeah.
Roll me a flat d20, either one of you. Just one flat d20.
Do you want redemption, or do you want me to take the pressure off?
Redemption.
Yeah, I mean anything's better than the one, unless you get another one.
I'm gonna throw it.
Redemption.
Nah.
They do have one, and it is currently listed for 600 gold pieces.
600.
So between the 3 of us, we have enough to get the two locate creatures and the 1 invis.
Yeah, Aelity has just like a little over 200 more gold than either one of you. She's at like
Okay.
almost 1,400 gold.
200 more gold. It took me a
Yeah.
second
Yes.
to like understand. I was like, she only has 200 more gold.
No, well, because they each had like 1,300 or
Yeah,
1,100 or something like that each.
How about 2,500 gold for all three?
Ooh, give me a persuasion check, Marius.
Can I bardic inspire that persuasion check?
It will be visible. You can
You
give me a
start
stealth
singing
check
along
if you wanted to make
shooting.
it sort of sneaky.
Do a what if I want to be sneaky?
A
Stealth.
stealth check, because you guys are just in the middle of like a small, like, spell scroll shop.
All right, I'll tag and give you guidance. You can sound like.
Oh my god.
Shoo! That is another natural 20 for the evening. Holy shit. 25. You can most certainly bardic inspire your ally here.
It's like the football
Persuasion.
thing. You just slap him on the
Oh my
ass.
god, what is this? An 11. What is that?
Oh.
11.
Also a D10, I believe. Or I see.
Yeah. Yeah.
My guy. It's because of all of your jokes about killing Quent. You're gonna do it without even wanting. Because you manifested this.
I manifested it for us.
Don't fucking hold my hand right now. Get off me.
Get off me.
Don't leave me with the raven.
Unfortunately, they can't offer any deals. 2,800 for the lot if you want.
Eldritch Blast. A snatch and grab. What dimensions are out? Alright, that's fine. We can afford it. We'll just take the lot.
So are we doing that between the three of us evenly? 2,800.
I just, I'll do 1,000.
Aelidy's got the 800. And platinum, baby.
Dropping stacks of platinum.
I'm just trying to figure out how much I need to reduce.
1,000.
1,000.
You
Okay,
guys
so
are
all my
just
platinum.
Plat-
stacks of
yeah.
platinum on this guy's.
Yeah, it's like if you got 100 platinum.
Yeah, this dude's like, what the fuck? I didn't think they'd actually bite.
We're just being
I
so
even
casual and like a little hasty about it. Like, yeah, here's your platinum. Okay, come on, you got the scrolls. All right, let's go.
Alright, thank you. No, I don't need a gift wrapped.
It's easy enough. So go ahead and add 2 locate creature scrolls and 1 level 3 invisibility spell scroll to whoever's inventory that wants to pick them up. Aelidy's probably going to go back into bird form once you guys get back out
Yeah.
and step behind some buildings. So it's up to you guys, really.
So we're gonna send Aelidy to go speak with Denda's people.
That's fair. I will make one of you, whoever wants to do it, role play and do all the bits for it. I refuse.
Okay.
For a Lodi? Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I don't want to just talk to myself.
And I'll take 1 locate creature. Brett can take another. And then I'll let him hold the invisibility scroll.
Okay.
And I guess we'll just start making our way to Central Campus.
Easy enough. Heading out of the shop, watching Aelidy meld into the Raven form once you guys are sort of obfuscated as she would fly back off to the sort of outskirts of the Lowerhold campus, watching the two of you begin to head back towards the bridge, towards the Central Campus. We'll cut over to Kellen. Kellen, again, a little timey-wimey with how everything played out, but you're here invisible, just basically right off to the side of Mina here. You would look at these 7 members of the study group, a couple of them sitting on some of the benches nearby, a few of them sort of standing to make a very messy circle that they're sort of clustered in.
I think I hope it hasn't been too long for me, and I hope she's not super freaked out. But he'd just lean in again and be like, "Sorry, change of plans. Just break off from the group really quick. I want to find out what you know. I'll explain everything to you, and then you can tell the group everything."
Okay. Mina looking to everyone. I'm just gonna go get some fresh air. It's gotta clear my head real quick, babe. I'll be right back. She'd give like Felix a little like peck on the cheek. I'm just gonna go step over there, clear my head. I'll be right back. Everyone's sort of again looking a little curiously between each other, but everyone sort of nodding and agreeing. Says Mina stands up and not like in a rapid motion, but in a very casual way. You know, her nat 20 performance still sort of carrying on. And she would sort of head off to the side, probably wandering, maybe 30, 40 feet. Again, there's probably more sets of these like little rest stops in this almost like park-like area of the central campus. And she would head off to maybe nearby a couple like cluster of trees that have been sort of like manicured to look like very pointed, almost cone-like at the top. She's sort of yeah, it's kind of like in that general direction. And so she'll sort of like wander to like again like 3 or 4 of these trees that are all just sort of like nestled in this little cove off to the side of the walkway, and just sort of puts her back up against one of the trees and just sort of like looks around curiously as if she's expecting someone.
Okay,
but
so I know
trying
that
to
you
play it
know
cool.
stuff, but I don't know what you know, Mina. So fill me in.
I mean, I don't really know much. I know that you guys didn't try to kill Quint, and I know that it's all a lie, and I know that I can't tell people about it. I think with all that shit, him going missing, you guys showing up makes me even more worried. All the deaths that have happened, just all seems
definitely
wrong.
Well, so this is kind of a crash course for you. Really quick. Evil group called the Auric. Chaos magic trying to turn the snarl into this evil, awful, chaotic energy thing called a gnarl, and they're trying to open up a portal to a different pocket dimension where their leader is, who controls chaos magic or something like that. It's all a lot for me to kind of understand, not being
You sound
inherently
crazy.
magical myself.
Okay, wow. This is a lot to digest, Kellen. I would feel better if I could at least see your stupid face while hearing
know
it.
how to drop the invisibility until like I'm under this for an hour. Like, and so I figured it'd be a little jarring to the rest of the group if they could only hear me, and and I mean none of them know what is going on, so I mean none of them know what's going on, right?
No, I mean, not that I know. Once Quint told me that, I saw the look in his eyes when he said no one can know.
Yeah.
I took him at his word.
So the Auric.
But I don't know. Am I supposed to convince the study group about
I mean, you're gonna
this?
tell them.
You're
You're
gonna
gonna
make
be
me
there,
tell them
and if
this?
they don't believe you, then I'll step in.
Oh, okay. I don't know if I like how
I mean,
the
I'm
order of events
invisible,
plays
so
out.
you can
but
tell them that
sure.
I'm there, and you can
Yeah.
have them touch me if you want. But that's gonna look really fucking weird.
Yeah, well, understand the steps to getting to right there, Kellen. Hey, Kellen's here. He's telling me that it's bad guys. That they're evil. And
Is
then
it Kellen in
he's
the room with
here.
us?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I'll try it. I mean, I get it. I guess you can't just show your face
again,
around
I don't really
campus,
know how to
but
drop the invisibility. You know how to drop
I
the
don't know.
invisibility?
Have her punch you in the face.
Yeah, where are you at?
I can point it to
I just have to get my hands on it.
with his tentacle.
Disgusting.
Oh, gross. Ew. God. So gross. So she like grab, you'd feel her like hands like pull you in just a little bit, like reaching up to the shoulders, maybe patting around, feeling where the face is. And then you just immediately feel like a gut check as she finds your chest and just
what the fuck?
bops you straight in the chest. It's not.
Ooh.
A 16.
A 16 does not.
Does a 16 hit? Maybe. I guess she gets advantage. It was a surprise. A 16. She bops you.
Oh.
Doesn't do anything, but makes some contact. Ugh. Hells. You have to take damage or something, you stupid idiot. Let me hit you. And she like tries to hit you again. A 14.
Can I
you
just- can
pull
I-
back
can
as
I choose to
she
fail?
tries to hit you in the face.
You
Sorry.
could also
Okay, yeah.
Sure. Yeah, you could like
Yeah.
step in the way.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
she is not faster than you. You are
Choose to
very
fail.
fast.
you could
No,
also
he'll just
talk
choose to
to
fail.
Gale.
Kellen doesn't know.
Nope,
Kellen
this
doesn't
is
know any
funnier.
better.
You sort of like sidestep and just let it like hit you on the chin a little bit. You take 1 point of damage, and the invisibility drops. What does your disguise look like?
It
again?
still
What does
kind
Mina
of looks
see as
like
your
Kellen,
invisibility sort of
but the
fades?
clothes, like he's not wearing his hood and stuff, so you can see his face. The most recognizable thing is that his eyes are still like that piercingly bright yellow. And it's still Kellen's like facial features, but the tattoos are missing because of the makeup, and he looks more elven. So he looks like a half elf. So what he probably would have looked like before all of the experimentation.
Mina probably like pushes you back a half step, just like in like shock and surprise, like obviously expecting to see Kellen and then seeing Matt. You look weird.
I get it.
Sorry, I didn't mean that like it sounded. Sorry.
It's been a long time since I've looked like this. But yeah, so we're all in disguise too. Just kind of trying to play it safe.
Ah.
I mean, yeah.
Wait,
all the whole,
you guys are
the
all
whole
here?
Fam damn. Even Captain Professor Lady. Oh, I mean,
Team Strong.
I guess yeah. You guys are. I'm filling you in on all of it. So yeah, Captain Professor Liliana, Captain or Professor Onyx.
Whoa. Whoa, what? Come again with all of that.
Yeah,
One more time.
That's
I
her
remember.
aunt,
I don't
if you
think
remember
Kellen remembers.
Yeah.
By the way.
You guys have just been okay. All right. Oh god. Let's go get this done. I have so many more stupid questions to ask your stupid face. And she like kind of grabs you and begins marching you back to
Yeah.
the study group.
Love it. Dragging you by the ear.
As you guys make your way again, only like 30, 40 feet ish back to the study group. Sort of turning the corner around a large hedge that they're all sort of like almost like sitting around. You can see all 6 pairs of eyes sort of look over at you from the group. Just for fun, let's just do some checks just to see if anyone would
Yeah.
even recognize you.
I was wondering. I'm glad you're doing that.
The
We'll
only
just
person
call
that should
them
have flat
perception
would be
checks
Draz.
with disadvantage. Yeah, we'll
Draz
call
spent
it
a
that.
shit ton of time around me.
Oh, I'll give you that. That is a very fair point. All right, let me make sure these don't whisper them to me. Didn't check all of these. Okay. We'll start with our first year boys first. Felix, not proficient with perception. Felix, no idea who this stranger is that Mina's walking up with. Jay is proficient with perception. Disadvantage. Double A. Oh, it's whispering it to me. Why do you whisper it to me? How?
Because he's new.
Yeah, yuck. We got double 8, so I'm going to keep it, but I will fix that. Never whisper. There we go. That's Jay. That's Felix. We're going to move on to our Lorehold girls. We're going to go to Greta first. Double check these. Beautiful. Ooh, Greta, she has a +1 though. 6. Greta has no idea who this strange man is. Go to Rosie. Double check. God, all of these are set incorrectly. Failure, I am. Perception. Nope.
Damn.
Rosie also not proficient. Disadvantage. A
Oh,
17 for Rosie. Rosie does look very curiously. Like you could see she's like making heavy
Pretty
eye
sure we saved
contact
her,
with you, Kellen, as Mina's sort of
um,
leading you towards the
from
group.
dying.
Yeah, you
Uh-huh.
guys you guys
Her
saved
and
her
Greta.
from the mimic box, and then you saved Greta from the Odiug.
yeah.
Yep.
Alright,
They had crushes on Marius and Brett.
they did. They tried to do a double date scenario. Alright, this will be Drazzy. Drazzy will be flat, but he also is not proficient, but he does have a +2.
This is gonna be flat.
Drazzy
Isn't
with a
it
13.
Advantage?
Everybody else was rolling
I
at
thought?
disadvantage.
Oh, okay. Got it.
The last would be Meru.
Come on, my guy. Stoner
Meru.
energy.
Ooh.
See it.
He is proficient with perception.
Use your mind's
Damn.
eye, Meru.
A 10. He's a +7. The only person you could tell as you like kind of do a scan of all the people's faces, Rosie is the only one that has this curious look where she's like, I recognize this guy. Mina sort of coming around, looking at all 6 of everyone. Okay, everyone. Okay, there's no easy way to say this, and there's no easy way to start this. This is Kellen. Everyone, you all know Kellen. I guess this is Felix. This is my boyfriend Felix, and that's Jay.
I mean, you
They're roommates.
trust all these people,
they're
right?
they're nice enough. I mean, yeah. Why do you think I hang out with them? Everyone, this again is Kellen. Kellen has some stuff he wants to talk to us about, and I want you to know that whatever he says, I believe him. I back him 100%, and he's telling the truth. And I think we have to do whatever we can to help, whatever they need. Kellen, sorry, not meaning to speech it up here, but here, go.
Everybody remember kind of the events that have been going on over the past couple years with everything? Anybody haven't been filled in on any of that stuff? All the weird attacks and stuff.
You would see one of the blonde-haired first years, Jay, sort of like
fine.
loosely raise a hand.
So there's all these weird attacks, like you know the attacks that have been going on currently on campus, right? Yeah. So those were happening last year, and the group that I
There's
was
like a
with,
nod from the
Team
group.
Snarl, you guys have heard of them, right? Yeah, pretty big deals.
Everyone gets a nod.
So
They've all heard
we
Team.
were going around, weirdly enough, and anytime weird shit like that was happening, we were usually around, and we were stopping it. And so eventually we started getting onto these weird, like, I don't know, like, started getting weird clues and stuff from all of this stuff. And actually, Draz, if you remember, I had you study some of these weird clues that I was finding. I mean, I know I didn't tell you that that's what they were, but, like, all that work that I kept having you do for me, yeah, that's what we were doing.
Whoa. Okay. I knew it was something, but
Yes.
you were just such a cool guy. Also, I do have
Okay.
a
Anyway, so
question.
I'm gonna continue. We
You'll
can save
probably get
questions
to it.
until
It's fine.
after I'm done. So that way, if if I don't address anything, we can go from there. But anyway, so there's this group, the weird cult-like group that uses chaos magic. Chaos magic is bad, apparently. Well, I guess not inherently bad, but the way that they use it is bad. Anyway, so they're trying to, the snarl that's in the all of in the biblioplex. Uh, yeah, they're
Biblioplex.
trying to corrupt that thing with chaos magic
There'd be
and
like a nod
overwhelm it
from
and turn it
everyone.
into something called a gnarl, which is bad. And once they do that, they're going to use it to open up this weird portal to bring out their leader, whose name is Exisnar. He's the person that started the Auric. We found all these weird papers and stuff and these journals, and in fact, I actually have a couple of them here in my quiver if you guys want to take a look at them. And he hands out the 2 journals that he had stashed in there. Yeah. But
The dream journals.
anyway, so the rest of Team Snarl is here, and we think that the Auric is trying to corrupt the Snarl, turn it into a Gnarl, open up a portal to let their leader out, who was banished to the Shadow Realm or whatever the fuck this Chaos Weave thing place is, and I think they're gonna use the unification ceremony, and we may think that they're trying to use Quintilius somehow for all of this, because he's been corrupted with chaos magic or something. It's a lot, I know.
Yeah, you would see them all sharing a lot of looks during your talk. And you would see Rosie probably like chime in, and she like leans forward. So you guys
No. Quint's
didn't
like
try to
we
like
love
kill
Quint. In fact, like
Quint
Brett's like
last year,
literally in
right?
love with Quint. Would like probably die for him, which is why we are currently trying to find him. Also, he may be a vessel. Does anybody know how vessels work?
They all look between each other, just confused. Felix would probably like pipe up. I don't know if this helps anyone, but in my parents' library, I have actually read a book loosely talking about the events he's referring to with this ex-Desnar person. He was a terrible figure, from what I recall. He was imposing his will on others, culminating in a terrible attack where he essentially tried to attack the Snarl. Though thankfully there was some strange arcane explosion, damn near destroying the biblioplex itself, many of the people there, and assumingly, at last believed, but also killing Ex to
Oh, I mean,
Snar.
he's like gone, but
So
like
he's not gone,
really. God. Okay, so Marius, you guys remember Marius? Marius was able to talk to him because Marius, we found out through our journeys through space with Captain Professor, who you know as Professor Onyx. While we were traveling through the spheres, trying to. Oh God, there's so much. We don't have time for this.
Don't get snippy with them. We need them.
All of them like looking curiously at each other. Meru probably like piping up. Okay, Kellen. I mean, I personally do believe you as
But
well.
we need to find Quintilius.
But how could we help? What would you want us to do? Right. Oh, so you already... You all are also looking
We've
for
been
Quintilius.
we've been here
This
for a couple
is
days.
very
We've been
serendipitous.
organizing little disruptions to the Oryx plans. The Oryx members consist of, it used to be a handful of people, but a few of them are no longer a problem. They consist of a human, a couple humans, as far as we know, a few humans. Intolus being one of them. A Goliath, a gnome, a tiefling, and of course, all of the Lavender Knights are a part of it. Elle was.
All of them like looking very concerned between each other with that. Mina probably like says behind you, "Whoa, you never
they're like
said
the
the
little,
Lavender
the
Knights
little
are also a
wacky
part of all of
groups.
this. What the hell's is that?"
And Elle is like the head of all of them. She's the one that tried to kill. She's the one that tried to kill Quinn. Yes. Oh, if you guys, anybody here know detect
serious?
magic?
Are you shitting me? What?
If you use detect magic, you can see chaos.
A
The
few of them
chaos
raise their
magic
hands.
aura. You
Yeah.
can like see it in these people.
Have them check each other chances.
I was about to say, Felix probably does it like as soon as you mention it, he just boom, you'd see his eyes sort of light up with a bright glow. Looks at everyone. Okay, well, I don't happen to see anything here, so that's good. What does it look like when you do
really
see
deep
it?
purpley. I've only seen it like once, maybe. Just anytime that you see a Lavender Knight, just do it on them, and you'll see it. You'll see it. Also, does anybody know see invisibility? Okay, well that's probably okay. But there's these awful creatures that could possibly be with the groups of Lavender Knights. So just be careful.
Mina sort of like looks at everyone, and there'd be a bit of a brief period of like, digesting said information, but after a moment they would all sort of look over to you, Kellen, and you probably hear Mina behind you probably say, okay, sounds like you got the troops'
As
attention.
it stands right now, we're waiting to
what do you
hear
need
from
us
the
to do?
rest of the group on what we are going to do. But
all right. As everyone would sort of look around each other, sort of gaining a new confidence, waiting for orders. And see everyone beginning to their various endeavors. We'll take a quick break right there.
Oh man.
Bathrooms, beddings, and bits. Then we'll figure out what you guys want to do.
right,
next.
sorry, this
I
is
guess we
all
pick up
going
with
like
spell scrolls in
way
hand
faster
and
than
like
I
throwing
had
orders,
anticipated.
essentially.
So.
Oh, I'm with you. This is crazy. I did not think this was going to be happening. I figured maybe you would let someone in on it, but I was like, damn, the whole study group, let's fucking go, dude.
The whole study group and Mary's group.
That's right.
And
you tapped
and
in.
that it's Kellen that's doing it.
Yeah, of all people.
Also,
Mhm.
somebody needs to check Felix. Okay.
Yeah, I know. As soon as I was like, Felix is the only
Check
one
my
doing
boy.
this, he could be fucking lying.
I like to imagine that Brett was stewing on, like, talking to Marius about his concern, like, this whole time. Like,
Mhm.
but everyone's too busy being like, oh, we need to do this, blah, 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 blah. And then, like, in the background for, the first, like, 10 minutes of the episode, so to speak, you just see Brett, like, looking down to the ground, holding his chin.
Beard.
Mhm.
Stroking his beard.
Yeah,
I
his
gotta pee, Mom.
fire beard. Keep forgetting he has.
Fuck yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna go get a donut and a bevy.
Yeah, it took me longer to work that in than I meant. But there was just so much happening, like boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
I don't think Felix is lying, but just that like bit of my brain that's watched Among Us is just like, yeah, but what if?
Who watches the Watcher?
Oh, here, let me get Craig out of here. We'll do it.